Will come away with the struggles of a lifetime of writing poems. And when I say struggles, I don't mean in a negative way. In any struggle to write, there will be hits and misses, and I hope there are more hits and misses. I'm always intrigued when someone like you, for instance, comes along and tells me she likes war. And you're probably the first person to tell me that, but there may be other people who like war and don't tell me. So you never can tell what poems people will like. That's the exciting part.
I mocked this wayward slip. This can't be new. And yet it was. The rest had been of a kin. As French, I never reacted towards you, but simply as I found you. Are we akin? An impish laugh on a chameleon face accords with the studied grace of your stroll somehow. In you all my desires coalesce, such as they did in dreams I used to fold with toffee wrappers, dreams born of a glance. Indulgently, I muse again.
I would like to say that looking around me and looking around at many of the poems, many of the writings around me in Singapore especially, there is, I think, sometimes a lack of what I would call honest sharing. I think for one reason or another, most of us in Singapore have been either shy of bearing our lives, or we have been perhaps a little bit intimidated. So where are we at the end of the day, after the yen for power making of hay? Where those who pushed us on, spurred decisions, designs for all of us will be heard? Where those whom we helped took in tow and forgave much as we moved past and slow? How do we now answer to ourselves and to those who sacrificed, who love us? For in our glory we push them aside, taking them for granted, ignoring their pleas. Where even those we fought so hard for, promoted upstairs, offered huge pawpaws. Where those who said, fear nothing, we are always solidly behind, defending. Where those whose tongues were sweet, like the birds who go tweet, tweet, tweet.
So it was an opportunity for me to perhaps arrange things in such a way to show my preoccupations right from the beginning. Because I belong to that generation which grew up with the country. We grew up with Singapore. We experienced what life was like before the war, what it was during the war, what it was soon after the war, and then the uncertainties and the challenges that came with independence and so on.
That hawker there, selling me and kway teow, is prosperous, round, quick-moving. With practiced ease, he blows his nose, tweaks it dexterously, secures complete evacuation, then proceeds to comply with the slogans, the injunctions to keep Singapore clean, keep Singapore germ-free, keep Singapore by wiping his fingers thoroughly on his apron. He is not going to dirty the drains, clutter the spittoons, obeys the law, deals with his cold seriously. If you sneeze after a meal of mee or kway teow, it's really the steaming hot soup, the chilies and the pepper that discomfort you.
The phrase life's work worries me a little bit because it has a certain obituary flavor. And then it started fading. The point I'm making is this: the image in our mind, recalled, is really powerful. It's got even greater possibility than reality, something you can hold. Well, let me put it this way. I was thinking of the best in terms of collected. I do not see it as collected, meaning that's it, that you don't go on writing anymore. I just thought it would be terrific if I could put everything I've written so far conveniently into.
And even as I was growing up in Jalan Eunos in the Geylang area, my house had a lot of trees. But when they wanted to build the PIE, the Pan Island Expressway, one of the first things they did was to offer me like $5 for a rambutan tree, $10 for a mango tree, $15 for a durian tree, that kind of thing. I mean, this was way back. So in that sense, trees and cats have in some ways also fostered, shaped, and fashioned my sort of sensibility, particularly my poetic sensibility. So I'm very happy with the cover. Thank you, Edmund.
That in order to understand something about the place, one has to understand something about the soul of the people. And I think the only way in which one can get at that is through literature. So I was really excited to come to this, and I did feel certainly as though I had got some sort of, almost a sort of direct connection to the soul of Singapore of a certain generation when I was here. It started off with a musical performance together with you singing and with the band playing and some of the poems being read. And I've always believed that poetry is essentially music. Originally it was always together with music.
Whispers of wickedness degraded. The original strain floating over the rim.
And so, putting poetry together with music was very exciting for me. I really enjoyed that very much.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart is so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together, when we're out together, when we're out together.